Being dedicated to your goals, being committed towards your ambitions is really at the heart of Capricorn energy. Because Capricorn is the mountain goat, willing to take one step in front of the other to ascend that mountain. And when we can reach the top, we find success, we find gravel, we find saddle, we find all the messengers in between to really bring us the rewards of our discipline and structured efforts. In this video, I'm going to be going into what it means if you have the midheaven in Capricorn in your birth chart. All Capricorn placements are different because the planets are different, and midheaven in Capricorn is very much related to career life, highest calling in the world, highest potential. And in Capricorn, it is serious and it is focused on its goals. And that is what I'm going to be discussing in this video. To find the midheaven, you have to know your time of birth in order to identify the sign of your midheaven. It is directly above the chart, is top of the chart is your midheaven, and the ascendant is just to the left of that. It is to the left of your chart. So delving into the Midheaven in Capricorn, the very, very first thing to note about this placement is that they are very, very hardworking people. They are willing to duck the ducks and put the ducks in the proper row with the proper food, with the proper materials to make it sense for them to move on their pathway. They are very, very hardworking people. They have a very, very strong work ethic and they're dedicated to whatever profession they are in. They will give it 110%. Now, Capricorn does kind of relate to self-respect, and they really highly value themselves, putting themselves in a career where they're showing self-respect. And so they really put a lot of matter to themselves. And they can really take all the lessons that they've learned on their journey in life and really learn a lot through those lessons and really gain a lot of wisdom through those lessons learned. Now, they're also very patient. They understand that things take as much time as they need to. They're willing to wait it out. They're willing to put one foot in front of the other and be willing to go in a certain direction ambitiously, persistently, diligently moving in a direction. And they're very, very determined people. They have a very, very strong drive and persistence towards whatever goal that they're putting themselves into. They have a high sense of focus, and their mission is success. And the interesting thing about them is that once they reach success, once they reach achievement, they feel satisfied within themselves. That's how they feel at peace with themselves. So they are very, very proud. They put a lot of value and a lot of emphasis on their achievements out in the world, on what they're actually doing out in the world. They are not intimidated by challenges. They use them as fuel to become better, to become wiser, to become more advanced. And they will conquer them to get where they need to go because they're very, very willing to understand that life has challenges. The universe puts roadblocks. And they're not one to just crawl up into a ball and stick their head in the sand. They will face it head on. They will find the solution to the problem. They will get the end meat, bring the bacon home. They will do it. They will rise above it and face it. They're very, very trustworthy people. They can be counted on. They can be relied upon to be at the job at the specific time, there when the family needs them, etc. So people want to get to know them at a deeper level because of their interesting determination. People want to understand why are they as dedicated to their goals as they are. They can be very, very successful at any career, allowing them to be the leaders they are, because Capricorn is a cardinal sign. It is also the fire earth sign. So fire is leadership. It wants to be in control. It wants to be sovereign. It wants to be independent. And with Capricorn as being an earth sign mixed with fire, mixed with the fire element in there, They can be amazing managers. They can also be great leaders. They want to put themselves, if you have this placement, you do want to put yourself in a career that you can shine and be the leader that you are because you have strong, very, very strong leadership abilities. So they wish to guide others in their life. They're very, very great at that. They can be great in business. They want people to know and acknowledge their capability, their talents, what they are, what they can actually achieve. They also can make great teachers as well. That was redundant. A desire to contribute to the well-being of others is very, very strong for them, while being committed to their personal goals is very, very important. So they're helping others, they're leading others, they're guiding others, but then they're focusing on their goals. This is what they need to balance in this life. Now they care for others while pursuing their ambitions. They can balance this. They can be on the side of others and pursue what it is that their soul wants to pursue at the same time. So they need to evaluate which life areas need their support. Who needs their support? What life areas could they give more attention and focus on? It's very important for them to not be afraid to ask for help from time to time. They're so wanting to go it alone, be their own person, do their own thing, do the practical things on their own. But it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to swallow your pride and be humble and willing to ask for help when they need it. So they need to be courageous enough to do this. They mean business. They are very serious about their work. That's who they are. They are very fair towards those under their guidance. They're also very patient to those that they guide, that they support. And so they need to set high standards. Capricorn is the sign that sets very, very high standards and puts in the work to reach those standards. They can make strong authority figures. They have intense focus. They don't make decisions impulsively. Once they have a decision that they need to make, an action that they need to take, they will sit and ponder it and evaluate all the different perspectives before making that decision. They will sit on it, they will meditate on it, and they will strongly evaluate things before they make decisions that will be sustainable for the long term. So they can show thorough preparation and strategic foresight that they can show to themselves. So they're very, very, they want to prepare themselves. They want to use preparation. They want to um, plan out into the future. They want to approach their career with duty and responsibility. That's how they show up. So they can excel in any career involving structure, planning, and a disciplined effort towards their work. They show competence and they're very, very self-confident in themselves, very knowledgeable and strong in themselves about their abilities. They want to make steady progress toward their goals. They put in the work to build a solid foundation for their career. They're conscious of their reputation and status in public. They're very, very aware of how other people see them, and they want to make a good impression. They know how to maintain a professional image. They're good at handling their responsibilities. They often find themselves in positions of authority and leadership. They strongly want, on a soul level, they want achievement and recognition. There's a need to put in the work to make their dreams a reality. Do not have them as pipe dreams or mere visions. They want to actually manifest those things down into reality and see it as a part of their reality. They're all about the manifester. Capricorn is the manifesting energy or a manifesting energy. They want to make a positive impression on those around them. They're very ambitious, they're very resilient to the challenges of life. They work in a disciplined way towards their goals. They are also about putting structure, because Capricorn represents the structures of your life. They want to create a structured life. They want to put structures into the world. Now, if you have Capricorn midheaven, you probably either have an Aries or Taurus rising. They love to take charge and they have a great work ethic, as I was talking about before. They are drawn to practical careers that gives them security. Material security deeply matters to them. They are competitive and want to prove themselves. They want to be logical about their goals. It's very, very important for them to be that way. The better organized and disciplined they are, the better they have, the better chances that they have at achieving their goals. So the more they can have a system in place and they can keep their focus on their goal, the more successful they will be. So they're all about creating long-term strategies, what is in place for the long term. Efficiency is very important to them. Creating systems and analytical thinking also is very important. Professional development is very important. They understand that results can be delayed. Gratification can be delayed, but that delayed gratification gives results that will be there for a long time. It's sort of like you're building a building. That building was not meant for a day, a week, or a month, or a year. It was meant for such a long time. It is a long-term goal. They're very driven people. They're very well respected. They can be perceived as a role model. They can excel in careers involving law, entrepreneurship, corporate careers, or working for the government. Their career has to support them and aid them at reaching their full potential. They hold a lot of power within them. They make great leaders in wanting things, and they want things to be efficient for themselves and those around them. They're good at strategizing. They're very proud of their reputation. Once people get to know them, once people really, really get to know them at a deep level, that's when they open up. There's sort of a reserved nature to them. They're a gifted planner. Their goals, they're good at their meaningful goals and pragmatic when it comes to making plans. Are excellent planners. Now, interestingly, Capricorn is very conventional, very by the book, but interestingly, they can make waves in the world, they can initiate change and put in the work to create that change. That is all I have on the Midheaven in Capricorn in the birth chart. I hope that you found this video helpful and insightful, and if you did, please share it. Hit the like button so that it boosts this video into the algorithm. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.